Talking about some really exciting things here, we got all the clutching options for the new Polaris Pro XP Turbo. We've got some of our H5 alloy springs here, both primary and secondary. We've got our spring life washers. These are nylon spring life washers that go on each side of the spring. They just help the spring, the ends of the spring digging and gouging into the end of the aluminum helix, the aluminum clutch housing, prevents all that stuff from digging in and binding up, makes the spring last longer, just reducing some of the stress and wear on it. You can see we got a helix here. We've got a ton of helix options, both on the angle side of things and for the fact that we have EBS and non-EBS ones. What exactly does that mean? Well, the EBS ones are when you let off the gas on your machines and you feel that engine braking, that's what that is. As the clutch back shift, the roller goes into a point where it basically can't shift and locks it. So the clutch basically is in its fully closed position and causes you to decel really fast. And then the non-EBS ones, that's typically the stuff we use for racing. Just because when you have that extra cavity in there in the clutch, it can be a lot harder on the roller, and things are banging around, it ends up wrecking the roller and stuff too. Talking about rollers, we have a higher quality rollers for all these applications too. The rollers that go in the secondary clutch here, over time they get beat up. The stock ones are just made out of a little bit cheaper and flimsier material. We're making ours out of a Delrin type material. It's a lot stronger, just more durable, just a better part all around. Then moving on to the coolest part of all this is probably our clutch weights. We have a weight specifically designed for this machine. After getting hours and hours and hundreds of acceleration runs and stuff like that, we've got things really dialed in on where we want the weight. And then you'll see with the adjustability factor that we have. So you have your set screw that'll travel along the whole belly or the whole length of the weight. That you can, there's 4 or 5 different set screw options you can put in there that you can screw in and screw out. And then we have our adjustment out on the tip, which is probably the most sensitive part of them. So making a ½ a gram adjustment there is normally a pretty big deal. Then we got a couple clutch tools, primary clutch tool, secondary clutch compression tool. That's kind of everything with our clutching stuff. And like I say, we've got hours and hours and hundreds of acceleration runs and data logs and things like that to show you guys to know that with all this clutching stuff, we've got the best parts and pieces and combination of parts out there.